yo, 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 yo. I can't go that high. Yo, 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 yo.
Wow, yeah,
Yo,
you're trying to hit high notes right now.
Yo.
I can't do the high notes, especially with this bronchial issue. So can't even
Okay.
try. But I hope you appreciated my attempt to do a Gloria yo, a
Yeah, it was good. It was
Glorio.
good, Rachel. It was good.
Glorio. I wish I had your number.
Ah.
So hi, guess what this is? It's not 80s or 90s karaoke. It's the Latinos Out Loud podcast.
Yeah, baby.
Latinos,
Yeah.
Latinos.
Latinos.
It's a great intro, right? Shout out to Scales. Like, that's a great intro. It's so
great.
evergreen.
It's
Love it.
great.
Evergreen, you know what I mean?
So, guys, have you've been hearing the Kanye West is back on the
Yo, this guy's
back in the news. He's doing all these
Oh my-
interviews. Like
Oh, this guy's
he's
Here we go.
saying
Here
more
we go.
crazy stuff. He's he might do his own. I think he bought like the conservative version of Twitter, and so he bought that, and he's gonna start that up.
Is he
Well-
hold on? Is he selling White Lives Matter shirts now or something like that?
Right, that was the other thing. He had he was
Holy
wearing a White Lives
smokes.
Matter
This guy is
t-shirt and
all-
some like runway stuff.
This guy's
show.
all over the place. Holy
He's
smokes.
he's basically a walking headline. A walking and talking headline. Like I think he wants all the smoke, the media smoke. He wants
he does. All
people
of
to
it.
be talking about him. Again, I don't know. I think you got to just ignore. Like he's like the guy on the subway that's just talking to himself. You know,
Yes.
you just got to
Great
ignore him and
parallel.
keep walking, and because the more attention he gets, the more he's gonna keep blabbing his mouth.
But
Again, you can have opinions about other stuff, but like, I don't know. It just seems like he's trying to get he wants to get a response.
Yo,
from
Trump even mentioned him today. Said that he has like some mental health issues. So it's
He
gotten
did?
to that point. Yeah, they both. I mean, obviously they both do, but at least Trump is making.
Yeah,
a
but I
point
thought they
that-
were boys. I didn't know Trump was talking.
I know,
shit
right? I
about
don't get it, man. I don't know. They're spinning us around sometimes. I don't know
maybe
these guys.
one day it's gonna come out that Kanye is like doing this to raise awareness for the need for universal mental health care in this country or something like that.
Damn,
Maybe
Rachel.
this is all
I
gonna
like
play
that. That's a
out.
good spin.
Maybe it's all a performance. You said he's an artist, right? So maybe it's like a 5-year plan and it's all been written. And now is the mental whirlwind part. This is where the spiral goes out of control. And it's really just an effort to raise awareness. I doubt this is all going to happen, but I'm just saying, in my fairy world, maybe.
Oh.
if he's off his meds, because it's like, dude, you could easily just take your vitamins and shut the F up, but you don't. You choose not to, so that's on him. But speaking of controversial comments, we were doing some YouTube exploring, right, on our YouTube page, and just looking at episodes, and sometimes people write comments on our shows. And we found a comment from 3 months ago on one of our episodes, and it was like a very Kanye-esque rant.
Yeah, I like that.
It was a very
parallel,
long-winded
yes.
and hateful rant about us. And it was straight out of left field, shout out to the MLB playoffs right now. But this is a real person that shared these comments to us. So Rachel.
Thank you very much, my brothers. Here it goes. LMAO, you're white, girl, a white Latina. Don't matter where you went to school or grew up. Don't matter how many reggae artists you can name off the top of your head, how loud you play your reggae music, how much you love it. You're white, blanca. Eso es lo que tú eres, una blanca mestiza. Phenotype is white. Latinx is not a race. Todos en este video son gente blanca, Latinos, Hispanic, annoying gente blanca.
Yo.
And that.
That shit was annoying, really, after all that.
Damn.
Oh, by the way, y'all are annoying too. Okay, keep going.
I was on YouTube listening to dope black music Then YouTube went to commercial and your whack video came on.
Shout out to YouTube though for
Word.
Thank
for
you for that
yeah,
algorithm.
yeah, the
you.
algorithm is getting out there. Okay, go Rachel. Sorry.
The shit made me cringe. Why do y'all separate yourselves from whiteness? Y'all are white! Exclamation point. TF. Is that the fuck?
I think is the fuck.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. That is the comment.
That is so. I think in the episode we must have been talking about reggae because for some reason she went off
Which
on a
often comes
reggae
up.
tangent. Yeah, it's like I don't care if you know Shabba Ranks
Right.
or you know Boohoo Banton.
You could sing-a-ling all you want, school bell or ring, okay? You white. Thank you, by the way.
So she's.
I don't care if you met a man twice your age.
Good observation.
So she's upset that we're not white enough. Is that what she's saying?
No, she's saying like so. Seems to be the one separating. She's saying don't separate yourself from who you are as far as being, you know, saying you're white Latinos. I don't think that we separate ourselves. Though I think if anything, her words are separating us. The way she's coming at us with like out of this kind of diatribe, you know what I'm saying? Like, we never claimed shit like that, you know, because we're a comedy show. Like we're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what show you thought you were listening to when the YouTube sent you to us, but we're just trying to have fun and represent the culture the way we know how, you know, and I feel like we speak for the most part for ourselves. You know, I don't speak for anybody else. We speak for our experience as a Latinos. And so I don't know. I don't know what bug crawled up her ass, you know. Probably a cockroach. I don't know where she lived, but if she's up in the uptown, maybe she got some cockroaches that crawl up her ass or something like that. Rachel?
I just have a few things to say because I really can't, you know, get wrapped up into the comments, you guys. When Pregnant Queen came out, and the comments are still being commented on, there were some really hurtful things in there that really taught me a lesson. I was super pregnant in that video, and
they still threw dirt on you, right?
Still calling me fat. Dang. You know what I'm saying? Making all the like, just really.
That's some hurtful people, man. Try to hurt you like that.
Yeah, but you know, other people on YouTube came to my defense, so I just kind of let that happen organically. Like people wrote, "She's pregnant, dumbass," like she's carrying a life, like. But whatever, you know. So I really cannot and will not accept the hatred via a wall of the internet. You know what I'm saying? We give you our phone number every week, 978.
Holla at us.
We have a direct line to us literally on social media. Do you guys not check all your DMs? I check every single one of them.
Me too.
They
could call me. We could talk about it. You know what I mean?
That's just a piece of it. That's really just a piece of it. The other piece of it is like, I'm sort of confused as to why you think, Gial, me naming reggae artists is a mechanism to be more within the Afro-Latina culture. Like, I'm not really sure what that means. Like, you think me dropping names of reggae artists makes me feel less white? I'm really concerned and confused with the way she thinks. And that's the other thing that sort of delves into my next point, is like, you are part of the problem as to why we are so divided. You are exactly the problem, because you are trying to divide when really there's more common denominators that we should be talking about.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So congratulations if you're trying to pull us in the wrong direction. You know, nice attempt, but you can't hold us down. That's number one. Can't hold us back.
Yeah.
We are out here representing and moving Latinos forward, no matter what freaking color you are, they are, we are. That's not what this is about. This is about taking a segment that often gets misrepresented, underrepresented, also increasing education about who we are, our mores and cultures, what makes us so vibrant. That's what this show is about. And if you think that's annoying, then you need to talk to some ancestors because our culture is the shit. And that's all we do here is elevate it.
Wow.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Frank, did you have anything to add on
No.
that comment?
Rachel made me. I'm starting to vibrate, yo.
Just to add in the sense of like what Rachel was saying that she saw one episode of and I don't even know if she saw the whole thing. But if she knew anything about the show, she would know that we've had conversations about these topics on the show with Afro Latinos. We have every type of Latino you can think of on the show, talking about their experiences, talking about their life. And again, we don't claim to be anything we're not. Like we represent ourselves the way we represent ourselves naturally, organically. You know, if anything, we're doing her a favor by talking about it. But again, don't use troll language. Don't lead with hate, because we ain't trying to hear that. We ain't trying to hear that. If you want to have a real educated conversation, then then you can hit us up. But other than that,
hit us up. We out here, and we respond. And the final thing I will say is, thank you so much for the view on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you so much for the view. And that goes to everybody who's listening to us and watching for the wrong reasons. Thank you for the view and the download. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. Well, that, look, it's great that we read these things and we talk about it. We could just sweep them under the rug and like delete, but let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything. This is Latinos Out Loud. Yep. Okay.
Hey, you want to talk shit about us? Bring it on.
Bring it on, yo.
Yeah. No, we much rather get compliments though. So don't, if you want to hit us up with some nice shit, please.
That'd be nice too. Yeah.
That we prefer, like, easily.
Yeah, the 5 stars would be nice, and the truth also. Okay, what's next, guys? Where do we go from here?
Well, I think we have an interview.
Yes.
Oh, right. What a segue. Right.
Yeah.
Can we do some editing here?
you guys went in.
I forgot where we were for a second. Acapulco. Okay.
So you know what? Forget all the negativity. We got that out of the way. We got some positivity coming up. Yes. Some Latino positivity up in here. And we have a guest. Rachel, do you want to introduce?
I sure do. Like Jamie and Frank, I had the time of my life at the press junket for Acapulco, which is out of the brain of Eugenio Derbez, a comedy icon in this space. Shout out to Eugenio Derbez and Trepa Studios. And now season 2 of Acapulco is on AppleTV. And the cast is, aside from being uber talented, amazing, and nice people, I just have to say, everyone was so nice. Aside from all of that, the show is outstanding. The show is bilingual. The show has really opened its net even wider. It's cast a larger net in season 2, and you got to check it out. I like to tell people it's kind of like, I used to watch the Bob Newhart show with my parents back in the day, where it was like these white people in the sticks that owned a bed and breakfast. And then I used to watch the Jamie Foxx show, which was the African-American ran bed and breakfast. And this is Acapulco, Latinos running the resort. So it's really exciting to watch. It's also exciting to watch the Latino and non-Latino dynamic and all the jokes that come of that. The writing, Jamie, oh my gosh, the writing. So, I asked a lot of the talent about how jokey it is. Like, there's so many jokes. Every opportunity for a knee slapper is in there. Nice. And all of them said the same thing, is that those were simply the words being lifted off of the pages of the scripts, that the writers did such a phenomenal job at putting these jokes together and crafting the story and allowing for each character's distinction to really pop at the surface. We were invited to the press junket, and I'm really proud of Latinos Out Loud. Shout out to us
Nice.
working our way into these rooms, into these Zoom rooms, and also being given ample time with the talent. You know, there's media outlets in there and they're like, all right, 2 minutes, this one, 4 minutes, that one. And they're like, all right, Latinos Out Loud, 10 minutes. And I'm just like, this is amazing access. This is
Yeah.
amazing conversation, because when you're given 4 minutes, it's really just tell me about the project. How's your this and like, but with 10 minutes, we get to go in. We get to go harder in the paint and learn more about this amazing talent. So I hope that explains it and sets it up fairly.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed all of these interviews. It was crazy. It was hours, and I was basically directed to 4 different Zoom rooms where talent was paired up 2 at a time. So I spoke to 8 cast members of Acapulco.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
But anyway, without further ado, check out the interview with 8 members of the cast of Acapulco, which is out on Apple Plus TV, and it's so funny. Check it out. I just got here. What did I miss?
We were singing. We were celebrating.
I was singing Augusto and Adriana's song for the
next
new
season.
Oh, that's okay, because you know what I was singing? Necesita dinero.
Really?
Necesita dinero.
She was hearing, right? Yeah. I was like, oh my God, we were singing the same thing.
Got him good.
You guys, hi, I'm Rachel with the Latinos Out Loud podcast. Hello.
Oh my God, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Un placer off the bat. This is a karaoke party, I see. Let me wet the palate so I can sing terribly.
This is Acapulco. This is what you get in the show, and you get it behind the scenes too.
I love it, you guys. Congratulations. Speaking of Acapulco, season 2. Congratulations to you both. You're so funny. You're so great. I just have to kick this off by saying how much I'm enjoying the show, and thank you for bestowing your talents. And I can see that you're each giving your all. You're giving your all. You're putting your hearts on the screen for us. And what a lovely, multicultural, bilingual sancocho. It's, ay, que sabroso. Okay.
Standing ovation for that.
Thank you. I'm going to stand up too for myself. As you can see, I'm very proud de mi cultura. So
I love that.
Watching you, and thank you, Target. Okay, watching you guys do this and also showcase this, I'd like to ask you, season 1 versus season 2, we're seeing a lot more English, right? There's different dynamic, enhanced dynamic. The comedy, I didn't think it would be able to be turned up. It has been turned up. It's the cheek muscles hurt. Tell me about it. They really me duele. So gracias. I'm gonna send you guys a doctor's bill for the muscles in my face that are now broken from laughing so hard.
Es dolor sabroso. That's a good thing. Es un dolor sabroso.
Rico.
Well, cuéntame, talk to me about season 2 and finding your characters again and adding some new things. Can you tell me about that?
Of course.
Yeah. Firstly, I agree with you about how funny it is. Like in this season, I truly couldn't stop laughing, and in some cases it was on set. So I was like, oh my God, I want to be like comedy is serious. So keep
Enrique, focus.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, but yeah, because we were all so funny. So, but okay, this season, well, there's a lot of growth, and there's a lot of a blend between like love and comedy. Our characters are back in Las Colinas in 1985. He got the job of his lifetime, of his life.
Felicidades. I felt that.
We're both together, so we are ready for more adventures. Obviously, like the tough times are coming, but well, we are united.
I mean, and what was so cool this season is that our writers and our producers pay a lot of attention about what people loved about the first season and enhance on that. But also, I feel like our first season was the introduction to this world, to Maximo, to his life story. And then in the second season, we get to dig deeper into every single character storyline and how that affects Maximo. More layers, you see characters that didn't get to interact in the first season and now they get to interact. And that's where the extra comedy is from. New relationships, new stories, and the fact that it's opening up to like an ensemble piece per se, on top of Maximo's story. So it's a lot of fun.
That's a really great point, because all the cast members are so different, yet you piece them all together and it's a beautiful Acapulco puzzle that comes together nicely with so many pieces. So shout out to the writers, right? All your castmates have been saying the same thing, that the words are easy to be lifted from the page and then put through your voice. You want to speak to that?
We're very lucky to not only have some of the most talented people in the industry working for us, but we have a mix, also a multicultural writers room. Our writers room is so diverse and authentic within itself that we're very lucky to work with people who want to put a positive light in our community, you know, and they write from the heart, and then we act from the heart. So it's just a mixture of love and passion and wanting good representation, and we're putting it out there.
It's very easy to perform these dialogues because the characters jumped off the page and they are very like rich,
and they know us so well that now they know our strengths and our weaknesses.
Exactly.
So they are writing catering to what we can do best, you know. So how lucky that we can say that, you know, that people are watching what we can do and appreciating it in that way.
Yeah, every opportunity that there is for either a joke or a life lesson is really brought in this script. I cannot believe the amount of one-liners. I'm like, oh, that belongs on a bumper sticker. Oh, that belongs on a t-shirt. Like there are life lessons, and there's also a lot of Latinidad that is relatable. I want to ask you, I mean, we're talking about our favorite things here, but if you had to narrow it down, what is your favorite part of working on Acapulco?
Ooh. For me, is that okay? This is my TV debut, and thank you. The character that I get to play is a character very Memo, dear to my heart, because everything that encompasses Memo, it's also what makes Fernando. You know, we're very similar, but those characteristics that my character has, like his size, you know, his energy, etc., his accent, all of those things were things that I was told when I was going to school for acting, that would keep me away from booking jobs.
Oh no!
And it's what makes me me, you know. So this character in this show celebrates me and my people, and it's like a slap across the face to everyone who told me that being myself was not good enough. It's a show with a lot of pride and a lot of like, aquí estamos y no nos vamos, you know? So that's my favorite part about the show, that it's about being who you are and waving your flag way up high.
Yes, Fernando, I just happen to have a flag here. It's not it's not a rainbow flag, but it's a flag nonetheless. And I hear you, and I relate to that so much.
Wave it higher.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Enrique. Oh my God, that was beautiful.
For me, the show reminds me of how I started in this career. That fire that I had when I started in short films and
he still has. He still have it.
Thank you. Yeah, and how I really wanted to support my family and to keep it up, and how I had to grow even faster, and to be this provider.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's how I feel this relation with Maximo, because there's a lot of Maximo that I truly had and I have these days. So it's wonderful how he protects his family, how he cares of others, especially Memo and his love interest and basically his job. how he cares and how he, with bravery, he faces every day's challenges. I keep that.
That is quite lovely, both of you. Thank you so much for bestowing us with your talents
Oh, thank you.
and really showcasing the fun that you're having on Acapulco. It's quite lovely. It's fun to watch. Do you have any words of advice through the lens of your characters or not? What you've learned from being your characters in Acapulco or not? Do you have any advice for other creators out there aspiring to be the future Enriques and the future Fernandos?
I will say quick that be true to yourself, believe in you. Sometimes there's a lot of noise. So I think the best answers are within you, in you.
Yeah, if Memo has taught me anything, is that being yourself, it's more than enough. And
Yes.
I feel that you gotta be proud, and you gotta be loving to yourself, and showcasing the work. You need to show the world what you're made of. That's what makes a difference.
We are more than enough. We
More
are
than
more
enough.
than enough.
Yes.
I am more than enough. So are you guys. You guys, we love you on Acapulco season 2. To many more seasons and to much more success. God bless you both. Thank you for your time on the
Thank you.
Latinos Out Loud
Meet you.
podcast.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks for
Bye-bye.
everything.
This was so much fun, you guys.
It was so
Thank
much
you.
fun. Thank you
And
for that interview.
The singing, oh my God. I never started an interview with singing in the history of the almost 300 episodes of Latinos Out Loud. Never once. So thank you.
You're very welcome. Call us for all your events and gatherings.
Can we sing our way out? What were you guys singing before? Let's sing our.
Necesito dinero.
Necesita dinero.
Trabaja sin freno.
Trabaja sin freno. Necesita dinero y no para de chambear.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hi.
Buenos días, buen día.
Buen
Hello. It's so nice to meet you guys. Thank you so much for giving Latinos Out Loud your time. Pero thank you for also giving us, the audience, so much laughter that my cheeks, I really can't control. Acapulco is so funny. Season 2 is incredible. I know there's a lot of wild things that happen, okay? But there is tremendous relatability here. I just want you guys to know that. And through your characters, we really feel that. We're seeing topics now being covered in this show that I, as a viewer, I'm so proud. I'm so proud that we're talking queer comedy. I'm so proud that we're representing for different segments of our market that normally aren't, right? Like normally are not woven into a script. When you read this topic, and let's just call it queer representation for now. Like when you read about this topic and the scripts that you were handed, what did you think? And how did you come to finding your character connection with that topic?
Well, first of all, when I read the script, I was like, wow, we have a really good team of writers. Because you when you just read and you connect like instantly. And I did like my research. I have a lot of conversations with women who lived in the 80s and just talking with the directors, the showrunners, the creators, with Vanessa, with my castmates, and it was a challenge. It was a really challenge to me, and I'm just so proud and so thankful to play Sarah.
It's a very important issue because as an actress, since I started 36 years ago when I started professionally as an actor,
wow,
I'm an entity with a social responsibility in all my things as a human being in my social labor, as an actor also. So
hay que aplaudir eso. Okay.
Yes, and I refuse to participate in narcs shows, movies, soap operas, telenovelas, series about apologize the criminality of Latinos and Latinas. I refuse to do that. So I'm very picky with my work. We're very, 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 very consciousness about the responsibility that we have, because we can get to, millions of persons around the world for eternity. You never know when a movie or a show is going to be on air, on the web or whatever. So we have a very, very important responsibility in order to change or enlighten the greatest values that we have beyond nationalities and cultural differences as human beings. So that's what I'm very proud to represent also Nora, but Nora confronting this deep issue about identity. It's beyond sexuality.
You're right.
It has to be with the human rights of women and teenagers and girls to be what they want to be. And it's still a challenge in our, Latin America is still, we live in Mexico, and it's a femicide and machism country, you know what I mean? So violence against women and the issues about gender and being inclusive, it has to start in family. We have to start talking about this around the table in a very nice and beautiful way of speaking, like the writers does in Acapulco, with respect, dignity, but most of all with responsibility and love, in order to reencounter ourselves like families, like members of a same tribe in the planet, that we need to support each other and recognize the value of the bravery that, that you need as a woman or man or a child to confront everybody in order to be yourself and be respect.
That is so well said. Me emociona because it takes voices like yours to really put, you have the conduit, and you're using your voice through that conduit for all of us. So thank you for representing. Okay, let's talk more about the characters, because what I love to see in this press junket, or I'm going to call it conversation, because we're Latinos here. We just get right to it. Siéntate. I'm here sipping my cafecito. Vamos chismear. Okay, let me talk about the bochinche. Pero I would love to know what it took for both of you as seasoned actors, as pros, to find your character. What was that process like?
Well, it was very interesting. I think I remember that I was like in front of my mirror, and I was like, okay, maybe I can do like this or something. But to me, it's more like intuition.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Because I mean, like a teenager, like in the 80s, and you just like the energy. I don't know, it was like very interesting. And talking with the writer, like how do you see Sarah, and seeing like the people in real life, and I think that's what make Sarah's genuine, and yeah, I don't know, what can you share?
But also about the intuition. The showrunners, they have in the first season, they have a chat with personalized with each one, and they ask us and question us about how we saw or what we see our characters, and what do we think about our characters, and invite us, and they were open to let us to propose these kind of things in order to become alive together, the characters, in order to really incarnate the characters. So for me, that was very important, because when you, as a creator or interpreter, you are treated as a collaborator, a co-creator, artistically and spiritually, and anemic way of speaking, it becomes the characters became with many levels of reading, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And also they are so perfectly written and written that it's very easy to understand what the hell is going on with each one, because the most beautiful thing of Acapulco is the collaboration between nations. It's an, you know, intercultural, beautiful relationship, united by human values and by love. And the creators are from Mexico, United States, many nations. So they put the cultural shape of each character and situations very precisely. So it was very easy for us as Latinas read it and understand. Yeah, that's amazing. What did they put this? It's so easy to understand and to go for it. So yeah, we are blessed. We feel blessed about this magnificent coincidence, a huge coincidence that we have as a team, as a family. We can say that now we are really in touch and committed family between us. We support each other among the scenes. We talk each other about our personal problems. We're lost, our challenges, you know, as human beings, and we care. We really care each other. And so the love that you can feel in Acapulco, it's you know,
real.
here, behind the cameras, you know, it's more than what you can see. It's amazing. It's a great privilege to be part of this bunch of very beautiful human beings.
That's why the world needs to see Acapulco. Por favor, el 20, October 21st.
Yes. In AppleTV Plus, best streaming platform ever in the world. You know, let me tell you something. Thank you for being so brighty. You are amazing. You have a great light. You have a joy of living, and never forget that you deserve the best, only the best. So God bless you.
That's really, really sweet. And I'm really touched. And I want to say congratulations on such a robust career, Vanessa. Thank you for just bestowing all of your talent to us, the viewer. And I'm calling you Sarah, Regina. You have such an amazing and bright future ahead of you. And thank you also for giving us all of you and more in Acapulco. Thank you, mujeres. Oh, I love this so much.
Woman on top.
Mujeres. Ay, Dios mío, it's too early to be doing all this twerking, but you know, hey.
You are amazing.
Thank you so much. The pleasure was all mine. And good luck to both of you. God bless. Hi there. I'm Rachel with the Latinos Out Loud podcast. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
It's very nice to meet you. Thank you so much for giving your time to the podcast. Thank you for bestowing us with such great comedy excellence. And some of my questions are for you both and whoever wants to grab them. I'm just going to go right in. I'm going to dive in the pool. Is that okay, Hector the Protector?
Yes.
We're here with you.
My first question is, what most allured you to the character that you're playing? And what have you learned from being that character on Acapulco?
Go for it.
Okay. Well, for me, you know, when the moment I read the script, I felt like I knew who Diane was. And she reminded me of the women when I was first starting out as an actress, that I was very lucky to be working with some women that were in their 50s and really guided me and supported me. You hear so much about actresses being cutthroat and older actresses and the all about Eve ideas, but that wasn't the experience for me. I had wonderful women who inspired me and taught me so much about the business and taught me how to protect myself in this business. And they were these larger than life actresses who, yes, it was all about them when they walked in a room and everybody, all eyes went on them, but they also had a way of making you feel very special. and important. And I think that's what Diane does at the hotel. Like, yes, when she walks in, it's Maximo's story, but it's Diane's world as far as she's concerned. And but she has a way of making everyone feel valued and special, and she loves her staff, and they're her family. And so that all attracted me to the role. And when I watch Diane, I see the women from my past. That's who I hear. I hear there's the voice I do, and all of that is very personal to me.
I was a big fan of the movie of How to Be a Latin Lover. I love Eugenio Derbez comedy. I grew up in Spain, but I grew up being a fan of his and of his work. And so when I first, got the audition, I was like, I know this guy. I know how to play this guy. I know the world that we're living, and I know what they want with Hector. So I just kind of like committed and trusted my gut instinct, truly believing that I knew what the creators of the show wanted. Mind you, due to my track record, like I've only done drama. This is my first comedy, but I was so sure that I knew what they wanted, and I just went in there, auditioned. I felt like Hector kind of like just spoke to me right away. I felt it in my bones, and we're here now. Now, when I was on set, I spoke with Jason Schumann, one of our creators and writers, and I was like, yeah, man, it's just like I really feel like I got Hector from the get-go. I knew exactly what you guys wanted, and I was like, oh, we never envisioned Hector like that. Like, that was a complete, and I was like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, no, Hector, we had a completely different idea for Hector, but you just came in with your vision or whatever, with your take on it, and we just decided to go with you. But I just thought it was funny because when I read it, I was like, oh, I know exactly what this character is like. But I think maybe that just spoke very highly of how that first script was written. Like, just words would fall off the page, character, they just jump out, and I just felt like I already, again, knew the world the writers created, knew the world we were playing, and it's just very, very easy to live in the world of Acapulco. It's all on the page. It starts on the page. If it's not on the page, it's not on the stage.
I love that call out. That is a true testament to the depth of the writing and the authenticity of it. As a Latina, I've been to resorts, okay, in the 80s. And the relatability cracks me up in and of itself. And I also felt that the scripts took every opportunity that there was for a joke to be inserted, we got it. The audience got those jokes. And I really appreciate that in the writing. Also has to do with the acting, obviously. I love that that's not what they saw. I love hearing that story because that's what you saw. And you went with your vision and you brought that to set and you killed it. You're killing it.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, that actually is a good segue to another question I like to ask the actors. Like, what was the process that each of you took to find and to develop and then give us, the audience, the characters that you're giving us?
We were talking about how we never get recognized because we look so different in person compared to our, I don't know who takes longer in the hair chair.
I mean, we're close, but you do a little.
I have a little more makeup, so maybe I take a little more time. But,
I love it.
What's your time on the chair? Like, do you remember?
I'm 2 hours.
Oh, I'm 2 hours too.
2 hours.
Wow, that's that. I thought it'd be a lot more actually, because I'm 2 hours in my own mirror in the bathroom of my 1-bedroom apartment.
Well, but everyone's process on the show is different. But for me, there's so much to do with the physicality of the character, and I really don't. I can't, I couldn't do it dressed like this. I have to have the nails and the makeup and the big hair and the outfits and the silk and the heels. And, I need the whole package. And I always say my process isn't just my own. It really is a team of the most incredible makeup artist, hair, stylist, wardrobe, and then, of course, the writing and the words that they give me to say. It's just amazing. So it's a long process of putting that. That's like the daily process of going through all of that And, you know, and early on for me, there was the voice, which came very quickly because I have a person that I just, you know, one of my people, and the walk and how she carries herself. In the beginning, season 1, I used to just walk around the hotel like I owned the place, and when I wasn't working, and I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, I own Las Colinas. So, you know, but it continues to be a process, and I think season 2, it was much easier to jump right in. Yeah. And it was kind of amazing how easy it was to jump back into these characters after taking a break. And how about you? What's your process?
It's really what you said. Like it takes a village.
Yeah.
And as an actor up until now, I was used to maybe work more inside out. However, with Acapulco, it's been more outside in. It's the hair, the short shorts, the high socks, just everything really adds up in the creation of Hector and of Diane. And it's funny, you said you walked around the hotel as if you owned it.
Yeah.
I walked around the hotel as if I owned it too. And that's how like I came up with the walk.
Hector's strut is like nothing I've ever seen.
That was
greatest.
But that was just like one day before starting to film the first season. I usually play Van Halen. That's my go-to for Hector, and I just play Van Halen on my AirPods, and I like walk around the hotel.
He sachets around the pool before scenes, like, and it's almost like he's floating. He's so cool.
But it's really about the physicality of it all too, which I think it's one of the most fun parts about playing our characters, because we have, in my opinion, the broader characters in the show. It's the physicality that comes with it. And
absolutely.
I'm a big fan of like Jim Carrey and his physical comedy, and like I feel like getting to play with that on the show is a lot of fun for us, right?
Yeah. For sure.
Jessica, thank you so much. As a fellow New Yorker, it's really nice. Hello, New York in the house.
Hello.
Okay. Pero to see your career trajectory is just really incredible to watch your transitions. You keep reinventing yourself, and we are enjoying those transitions a lot.
That's what everyone keeps telling me.
Yes, woman.
Thank
yes.
you.
And Rafael, gracias a usted. And even your transition into comedy, please don't leave. Please stay. We really love it a lot.
Thank you.
A ustedes. And God bless. Good vibes. Hello. Yes, this is the Latinos Out Loud podcast, or LOL if you like acronyms and you like to laugh, which I know you guys do. I'm sure, because you make us laugh so much in Acapulco.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh my God. Chord and Camila, it is so nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Rachel. It's been a real... There's a lot of energy here. Some love it. Some are like, can you dial it down? And the answer is, I can't. I really can't. I've tried.
Oh.
We love it.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay. I love your characters in Acapulco. You make us laugh so much. You look so different in your non-80s and non-uniform way.
I hope in a good way.
Yes. I've been asking a lot of the same questions to your castmates, whom are also lovely, and I can feel the chemistry and the love that you guys have for one another. That's amazing. So I'd love to know what allured you most, what just gave you that magnetic feeling to the character, what brought you into the character, what made you want to do this, play this role in Acapulco?
Well, first of all, I mean, when I got the script, it was so well written and it was so funny. And I come from drama, so to me, it was just like just a whole different beast. So that's one. I wanted to be challenged. Second, it's a female Latina lead. And the way she was written, it was just very beautiful and powerful. And I wanted girls for them. I wanted girls like me to see themselves on screen. So that's another one. And then third, it was just the whole thing with Chad, the whole thing with Maximo. I just thought it would be fun to like dive into that. And obviously working with Eugenio Derbez and working on a platform like Apple TV Plus, I was just like, this is just going to be so much fun. And I just really wanted to do it.
Yes. And for you, Chord, coming from Glee and such a robust background, your career is really fun to watch.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's just like a kind of a no-brainer that just jumped out off the page, and like, you know, if it's not on the page, it's not on the stage. So the writing has to be there in order for, you know, to get these laughs in anyway. And it just was, I was laughing reading it, and just really excited to dive in and be a part of it. It's just like a really cool experience because I'm learning a lot. I get to play around with some comedy, you know, it's everybody can watch it. It's like a really fun show for families. And yeah, it's probably the only time I would ever be fortunate enough to be on a bilingual show.
What an opportunity, right? But what sort of a projection of the future and where we are as Latinos, you know, no longer being a minority. It's about time we're playing together on screen like this. And I love your love story. I also feel like I know that like mother-in-law, daughter-in-law relationship, right? We all know
Oh,
that
it's
it's so
so good.
relatable. It's so funny. Okay,
It goes
so
backhanded compliments.
Yeah, it's like and then when you leave the house, the mother-in-law is talking to their son like she's not the one for you. I feel like that's how it feels. It's like
it's so real. Okay, Chord, I hope I'm gonna sort of guide this question towards you, but were there any skills or new training that you had to acquire for this role, i.e. tennis or anything, or how did you become this very 80s tennis loving character?
Whew. You know, I listen to a lot of like Wham, a lot of uh Springsteen, a lot of Billy Idol, and then you know, you just
Billy
kind of
Idol.
just transform as, you know, as the music soaks into your soul, you know.
It's so true. Yo, that pool band kills me every time they
They're
play.
so
It's
they're
oh my
so
God.
good.
they're so crazy. I love them.
It's like it's become its own thing now.
I could see that's another layer, another gift that you're giving us, that the writers are giving us, that the band is giving us, and that you all are also absorbing and
They're
playing with.
so
Yeah,
extra. It's
it'll be like
hilarious.
the most serious moment, you know, the most serious moment, and then it's just cut to just Eye of the Tiger, La Tigre, and
They're insane.
it's hysterical.
It's so hysterical. I was singing Necesita Dinero for like 2 hours.
I can't wait for that song to finally be released on season 2. I'm gonna sing that every day when I wake up.
Is that said that's Donna Summer, She Worked Hard for the Money?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so
What a knucklehead.
well, okay, we're talking about a lot of the fun had on set. I'd like to know what has been your favorite part working on Acapulco.
Ooh.
Well, my favorite part is obviously getting to live somewhere else, um, getting to experience a different culture. I'm Colombian, but I grew up in New York.
I whoop whoop, New York into his house.
Yeah.
Okay.
718. I'm actually 347, so I'm new school.
I got a 347 too, and I missed that 917, baby.
I know, or 718, one of those two. I know it's tough. I know it's tough, but I feel like numbers get recycled, so I can't even get that number anymore. I've tried, but anyway, what were you
That's
saying?
such New York talk. Court is like, what
I'm
are you
like,
guys talking about?
615
Area
over here.
codes. Whoop whoop, 615 represent. Okay. Go ahead. We're talking about area codes.
But yeah, like that's one of the best parts about working on the show. Like first, obviously, I get to live in a different country. I get to learn about a different culture. Working on a bilingual show, like this is like history in the making. Literally, I just hope to see more bilingual shows, you know, from here on out. And obviously, my castmates, we all became a family. We were hanging out every day, and that was just like really fun. I really enjoyed that part.
I love that. And for you, Cord, what was your favorite part of working on Acapulco? Or working present time?
I would just say like overall, like probably it's just a great learning experience as far as, you know, different culture, different language. All the producers, writers, creators are all really open and playful to where they encourage, you know, they encourage a state of play that brings a lot of humanity to the comedy and this world, and it just like it feels effortless, which is really rare on a scripted show.
Oh, that's really awesome to hear. You guys, this is a comedy that you said is sort of the a representation or a microcosm of this country right now.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any words of advice for other actors out there, or maybe other prospective future actors on how to be embracing? I mean, I'm just telling you, Chord, right now, I would like to give you an honorary Latino card if you would accept.
I'll take it. I'll take
If you
it.
would accept it here on the Latinos Out Loud podcast. Now, what
You
could
know
you
what?
tell
If
everybody
this-
about
If
this?
this is my official Latino card, I'm taking it and I'm putting it in my pocket, and I will accept.
Woo!
He's gonna use that against us when we go.
No,
participate.
no. I am. This is my card, and whenever I need it, it's there.
Hold that. What could you tell other creators, actors, writers, directors, or the future about this vibrant, colorful culture of ours? I can't even get the words out. Sorry, but we want to see more of it on screen. We want to see it. Don't you, Chord? What's your POV?
I would just say encourage and explore. Encourage exploring and being unique and individual with what this stories you're creating, and I think everybody wants more positivity. I feel like that's I feel like it's a good place to live in.
I love that. And Camila, what's your take? I mean, are we there yet? We're seeing ourselves more on screen, but what do we have to do? What can other creators do?
Yeah, I think studios and producers need to greenlit our stories, to not be afraid. It's not a risk. It's actually, I mean, we have so much to contribute to this industry. So much, especially in America, Latinos are 70% of the population here.
Whoop, whoop.
We want to be represented. We want to be seen on screen. And for example, all these movies coming out in the Heights, it's just so amazing. So for me, it's just take more chances on us, take more chances, and it's nice when people feel seen. That's how I feel, and I hope a lot of people get to experience that.
Thank you. Well, they should start by watching Acapulco season 2.
Yes.
Congratulations to you
Thank
both.
you so much.
God bless, and all
God
the
bless.
best of luck on your paths. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yes, Acapulco, you
Ooh.
guys.
Rachel,
Right?
holy smokes, yo. Wow.
What'd you think?
Amazing. Oh my God.
Well, not of me, of Acapulco.
Both. I mean, that was great. I gotta check this show out. I have to definitely check it out.
It sounds like a fun show, and it was a fun interview.
Oh,
Wow.
it's fun indeed. Oh, I can't wait for season 3, but it's very much characters. You love these characters no matter
Yeah.
what their intentions are, because they all bring it. Imagine each character just dialed up to 100. It's such an eclectic, fun, high energy show. And I will say this too. There are life lessons and one-liners in there that make you pause the television real quick. You know, when you hear something deep and you pause it and you have to rewind 15 seconds just to hear it again.
Right.
There were some deep one-liners that I totally related to. But I really enjoyed talking to the cast. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for all the time and also the compliments, and for being so open with Latinos Out Loud, for really giving us not only the inside scoop on the show, but also talking about personal stuff and the journeys that everybody's been undergoing.
And it sounds like it's another one of these, Latino shows that have been coming out that have been really funny. We had Gordita Chronicles, which hopefully is still trying to find a new home. And one of my favorite shows of this year, This Fool, which is on Hulu with a friend of the show, Frankie Quiñones.
Shout out to Cholo.
El Cholito.
If y'all haven't watched This Fool, that show is legitimately LOL funny.
Hilarious.
So, check that out.
Yeah, and Frankie Quiñones is really good in it too. So, and now the Acapulco. So
Acapulco. I gotta go there. I gotta go to Acapulco.
I've never been.
Latino comedy right now and on TV is looking good. Like, we got a lot of funny, writers rooms and creators and showrunners doing their thing.
All right.
So continue. Let's go.
Let's go and let's support it. Let's watch it and share it. It's so funny. I swear I would not steer you wrong. It's a really great show.
I'm gonna check it out. Definitely.
You know what else you're gonna check? We're gonna check out.
What?
Jamie, ¿qué me voy gonna check out? Dime.
¿Qué lo que?
¿Qué lo que?
Un, dos, tres, vamos a bailar otra vez. ¿Qué lo que? 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 Un, dos, tres, menéate otra vez. ¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que?
What's up, que loqueros? Que loqueros?
Que loqueros.
Que loqueros.
Que loqueros.
Eloeros, que loqueros. Like, we just, we got to keep naming these groups of people. Shout out to Yero.com, news and lifestyle platform for Latino men. Gotta shout them out. And of course, they got they have a bunch of news for Latino men right now. And you can check them out at Yero.com and see what is new this week, because they always got something really interesting. Last week they were talking about the Hispanicized Summit, so this week I'm sure they have something really cool on the site. So I would go to Yero.com if I were you. Also, J Ferns Instagram, J_Ferns Twitter. And Frank, I'm looking at you. What do you got to say to
I want to give
people?
a shout out to the United Palace, Uptown. They've been having some dope events. They're going to have Al Pacino. Lynn is going to be interviewing him in I think in a week or two.
Wait, for real?
Black Rose put up a post of an animated series that they had the animator there and the creator of it. And a few weeks ago, they had the Black Panther, one of the Black Panther actresses there, and they actually played the film. But I just want to give a shout out to United Palace. They've been doing, some dope stuff. So follow them. Lynn is doing some great stuff over there. Shout out to Mike Fieldstein. Shout out to Mino Lora. They're really really honing in on United Palace, and they're having some really, really nice events. So go follow them. We're doing it Uptown, Washington Heights. Shout out to Lynn, shout out to his dad, shout out to that whole clique out there. They're really doing it. We're on the map, baby.
That's a classic theater.
Another event that's going to be taking place there is the Dominican Film Festival, which is coming to New York. Yes, opening night November 1st at the United Palace. Guess what film? A friend of ours, shout out to Catherine Castro, former guest of the Latinos Out Loud podcast.
Wow. Shout out to her. She always shows love on Instagram.
Yes.
And since that interview, she's always shown love in the comments for everything. Like, she definitely supports. So I'm a fan of Catherine Castro.
I agree. I concur, Jamie. I got a story to say about her. For our 100th episode, I was mad nervous. And for some reason, I don't know what, she hit me up on my DM, and she said, "Be calm and have fun." And I don't know, it just for some reason it resonated with me. I don't know. And she just put those words. She didn't say anything else. And I've never had any words with her. And I was like, wow. And it was just it hit me. And she's like Jamie says, she always supports us. She always likes our stuff. She always comments. So shout out to her, man.
Shout out to her. Short Film Week is going to be premiering on November 1st at United Palace. Go to DominicanFilmFestival.com for more information. That's happening November 1st through the 9th in New York City. Watch out for LOL. LOL will be in the building. I hosted a panel at the MTV building, 1515 Broadway in 2018. I was 40 months pregnant. I was super big up on stage. Catherine was on the panel. Kiki Melendez was on the panel. Laura Gomez was on the panel. It was really fascinating. Oh my God. Come to think of it, I think everybody on that panel has been a guest on the Latinos Out Loud podcast. Wow. Well, look at how networking works. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
hosting that panel and I'm just like, hey, I'm the pregnant girl, the one that almost gave birth during the panel. Would you like to be a guest on the show? But nah, like, check it out. It's a real opportunity to network, and shout out to all the Dominican creatives with films in the festival. It's quite lovely to see our culture represented so nice on the big screen.
Wow.
Okay, we're doing Que Lo Que Es. I want to shout out the Tuttle Twins, season 2, headed to
Nice.
Utah this weekend for the red carpet premiere.
Nice.
I'm
Season
going.
2, Rachel, already?
I'm going, back
Go
to Utah, Utah.
Utah.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Season 2, here it is.
Nice.
So check out the Tuttle Twins and follow me at Rachel La Loca. Follow the show at We Are Latinos Out Loud. Give us a call, 978 Latinos. And, we'll see you real soon. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being on this ride with us. On that note, we out.
Sonora.